My little days are a little kid in the South Bronx. I learned how to do the hustle in 1974. Um,
Same year as me.
for real,
Wow.
you were a
Yeah,
little
70.
older. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
kid, I was only 8 years old, but
Wow.
I learned how to spin and spin and dance, because my uncle I have 5 uncles, and one of
Okay.
my uncles is a salsa uncle. The other uncle is the hustle uncle,
No
and
way.
yeah, so that's where I learned my salsa, and that's how I learned my hustle at home. And so we used to do the hustle in the house, and he used to practice with me so that he can dance with the girl in high school. In return, I ended up getting good at dancing,
I could imagine.
because I practiced for them, but it was another experience for me.
Yes. Here we have Iris Montalvo in this episode of Let's Talk Hustle. I'm Mike Bello, and this is episode 14. Wow, I'm so glad that you've agreed to do this with us, Iris. You are a joy to be around because you're always so happy. You're a real happy individual.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I really enjoy the people socializing, and Wednesday is just such a good day.
Yeah.
And I make people happy too. So it's just it goes both ways.
Right.
I
Right.
see people tell me they get happy when they see my dad, happy when they see them.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. I think maybe James has something to do with that too. Your husband.
Yes.
Yes. He's
Yes, indeed. That's a very important day in my life, that James and I, like, my relationship with him is just so great, in that I can be who I am. I am free to be me. I can dance whichever way I want, with whoever I want, you know. Um, yeah, we don't have those roles and that jealousy stuff and nothing.
right. That's awesome. That's awesome. And it's evident. I mean, I could see the love there. It's so nice. So what I
Yeah.
like to do typically is just jump right into questions. I
Yes.
have a couple. So I know you have a deep history with salsa mambo, but it
Yes.
wasn't until a couple of years ago that I found out that your hustle history goes back just as far, if not longer. Tell the viewers
Yeah.
more about both.
Yes. Well, where do I begin? My little days are, a little kid in the South Bronx. I come from 149th Street in the South Bronx, Beck Street, Prospect Avenue. That's where I did. That's where I was born. And
Oh, wow.
so, yes, I learned how to do the hustle in 1974.
Same year as me.
For real,
Wow.
you were a
Yeah,
little
70.
older. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
kid, I was only 8 years old, but
Wow.
I learned how to spin and spin and dance, because my uncle I have 5 uncles, and one of
Okay.
my uncles is a salsa uncle. The other uncle is the hustle uncle,
No
and
way.
yeah, so that's where I learned my salsa, and that's how I learned my hustle at home. And so we used to do the hustle in the house, and he used to practice with me so that he can dance with the girls and in high school.
Right,
So
right.
in return, I ended up getting good at dancing,
I could imagine.
because I practiced for them, but it was another experience for me,
Wow.
a funny experience. And so where I come from, Beck Street, just a little bit the way the neighborhood was. I lived in 560 Beck Street, and in my building there was a club downstairs, and the name of it was Johnny and Penny's. And every Friday night they had salsa music outside. The People will be playing the whole night outside, loud music, you dancing outside in the street. And then around the corner, across the street, was a record shop. The name of it was Chickies. And that's
Okay.
where all the teenagers did the hustle. And the funny thing is that in our stickies, like, in our
Right.
sneakers, in our chanclas, people would be out there and doing the hustle. And that was like on Friday nights, and that's how it was. If you really go dance, the hustle, you cross the street and you go around the block, and there it is, Chickies. And they had, the music would be playing loud. And so it was a big deal for all the young ones, because they liked salsa. But
That's
I always
funny.
loved that. I love music. I love the hustle and I love the salsa. I can't tell you which one I love the most, because they're all in my heart. I
Yes.
really feel both in my heart. And so I would turn around and go, enjoying the teenagers and watch them and dance a little bit. And then I would go downstairs, to the other side of my building and dance outside.
Wow.
Outside.
Wow, that's so
I was
great.
just a big party. Amigo Puente came to the neighborhood, to
Mhm.
my neighborhood. He came in, I think it was 1976 or 75. It's either 75 76. And he came to the school IS-52, and he was playing outside. And all the kids, all the adults were watching Amigo Puente play outside. So,
Right. Right.
so that was big, outside, and the hustle, it was 2 big days for me. I feel real solid.
Wow.
With it.
So, and you were consistently dancing like throughout the years. I mean, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, you're talking 8 years old now, and we're talking 50 years now,
Yes.
right?
Yes. No,
50 years ago, right? We could say that. Yes, we started. I mean, I started dancing to salsa music way before that, but still,
yeah.
the hustle.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to it until 74,
Right.
and as a kid and being around your family, and
Yeah.
then these venues or these places that you could dance to on a regular, you danced
Yes.
on a regular, like this was like,
Yes. So this is the way I had the coolest mother. Okay. So she's the one that let me do whatever I want to do. So I started going to the clubs at 13 years old. And so she took me to Student 54. I went on dancing. I went to Roseland and I would dance with guys. I would just see who was dancing the hustle, and I would get in there and, start dancing. When they saw that, I was like, wow, this fucking spin, this fucking dance. Then they would do the same thing, because I was young. I was in my, 14, 15, and in Roseland. And then I would go to the tunnel. And also then I had my appetite. I used to go to Corso. Then I used to go
wow,
to this place, Casablanca, on Broadway.
wow,
Yeah,
yes,
and Roseland. And I used to go up to Quays, this place, for salsa was, the what way?
Wild
What,
Palms. That was later.
Palm Street, I think it was, Palm Street. It was on Queens Boulevard. That was heavy,
Okay.
like, it was a dance on too, and there was a lot of people dancing on too. I just used to follow Petty's style. I can follow Petty's style. And then my hustle, every time that people played English music, I would always find somebody who knew how to dance. And I would just do that. Like, enter the dance floor and start dancing, Start
Right,
doing that.
right.
And, I went to all these clubs in the city. I mean, I was out a lot. My mom took me everywhere, and I was so young. And she used to tell them, listen, my daughter, she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, all she does is dances. So they would let us in. They would let me in at 13, 14, 15.
Wow, wow.
I was-
But your mom was there, or she just dropped you off?
Oh, she would stay there. She'd be
Right,
there,
right.
sitting there, watching you dance all night.
Wow, that's awesome.
And
That
she, I would get home so late. I would go to school sometimes, and, and I'd be tired. But I
oh,
was
you'd even go on a school night?
Yeah, even on school
Yeah.
nights. I go out
Wow,
dancing. Yeah.
she is cool,
It
especially
was,
in the 70s and 80s. Yeah,
yes, like the early 80s, yes, and the 80s.
yeah.
And
Wow.
South Bronx, and I used to go to Roseland all the time. I used to look, there was a time when I was like 16, there was a session where they had war room. in Roseland, and then
Right.
I think at 11 or 12, the hustle started. This was
Oh,
part of the
okay.
over.
Right.
So I used to go there early because I don't know for whatever reason I enjoy dancing ballroom, and I never listened back then. But I just started dancing with the older people, and I would just, socialize and start dancing with them, and then I would stay for the later part of the night that it would be, hustle, and all the hustle bands would come in, and, they'd start, dancing with us, we did that, and then there was other times with the big bands in the Roseland for Latin night.
Mhm.
Also, yeah, it was a lot of dancing. My whole life is just going to clubs and
Wow, that
dancing.
sounds incredible. I mean, to be
Yeah.
able to, like, how often would you say you were dancing from week to week? How many times a week would you be dancing?
Oh my God, I was dancing also on Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights, and also Sunday nights.
Wow.
And I was a kid. And I
Right,
was a
right.
kid. And then, then there were times that I was also a punk rocker. And I'll send you
No.
a yes,
Yes, yes, send them.
so I was always in the village, and then I used to hang out in Washington Square Park.
Right.
And there sometimes I'd wait for cafeteria. I go to the cafeteria,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, I always had passes to go to cafeteria and go there, go to the limelight.
Did
Just
you spike your hair? Did you spike your hair and
yes,
stuff and
yes,
wear
I'm gonna.
studs and
I had, actually I had a ball on both sides.
okay. And
I
like a
had
mohawk?
this. It was long. I
Oh,
know. I know. I know. Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
So,
Iris, man. I would have never thought that. You're such a free spirit. That's really,
I'm very free.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
that's wild. Oh my
And my
goodness.
mother let me. My mother, she let me express myself. My father used
Right.
to sometimes to say, in Spanish, she would say, "Oh, now what are you doing?" She said, "She did. Where she's going to club so young. You don't understand. She's so hyper." She said, "She needs to go out. She needs to dance. She's so hyper."
She recognized your
Yeah,
energy because that's something that is, and that's a question I'm gonna come to later too about your energy. You have a lot of energy and it's very infectious. You know,
infectious.
yeah, yeah, because like I think that's why like I like the faster music and all that. And then when I
Yes.
dance with you, I'm like, okay, here we go. We're
Yes.
gonna here we go, and you're ready. It's like
Oh
every
yeah.
dance when you're like you're ready. And
I know.
yeah, I
I
love
know.
that about you. Yeah. So
Thank you.
yes, yes.
I've always been that way. I mean, back in the 90s, I used to go to the Copa on Tuesdays because it
Okay.
was $3 to go in and you get a free meal. You get a
That's
meal.
right.
We
That's right.
can. So I used to go every Tuesday, and I had a special corner that I used to dance, and it was like a line of guys dancing
No
with me.
way. Wait, when was
Yeah, I
this?
didn't stop.
When was
I
this?
didn't stop.
What time frame was this?
Okay, this is 1996, 96, 97,
Oh, okay.
all that up to all
Yeah.
the way up,
I had
But
stopped I
the
had
one,
I had
yeah,
stopped going to the Copa by then, but I used to live in the
yeah,
Copa for a while.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
also went to the one in Fifth Avenue.
Right,
I got
right.
the bathroom too.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one I lived there. I was yeah. Every
yeah,
Tuesday I
the
was
one on
there.
Fifth Avenue.
Right.
Yeah, I
Cause
got to
you
go there. Yeah,
yeah, it was awesome because you wait on this long ass line after work, and then
yeah,
you get in there, you get that free food, you buy a
right.
drink,
Yeah,
and then you just dance all night.
all night, and the
Yeah.
bands it had like really great bands
Yes,
all the
yes.
time.
And
So
even for
you
a while, like Luis Ramirez was the house band for a while, you know.
right,
That was
right.
that was fun. But listen, once you became proficient in the dance, who did you
Yes.
look to for inspiration?
Okay, so I thought that the hustle, no one did the hustle anymore at one point. This is myself, where are people going to hustle? So in 1997, I joined the Volvo Dance Company, Especially So one night I'm having a rehearsal and I hear, disco. I hear, disco music and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So I had no idea that people were being hustled and it was going to be a tourist party. So I take a peek, I literally even had to go to the bathroom. I take a peek and I see Maria Torres doing her thing. And I'm like, oh my God, the hustle is back. It never married her. It was just that I didn't, I took a break because I had kids. I got married my first marriage and I have a few kids. So I took a break of like 5 years that I didn't go out dancing and stuff like that. And I still went back to that. But I was like, I'm merciless. I see Maria Torres. I knew the music, and I loved watching Maria Torres. And I saw a performance with Angel Figueroa. I don't know if you know Angel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the owner of Spitting Out. She performed with Angel, and I was just like, oh my God, love it for and that. Just beautiful to watch. And I have that energy, but because oh my God, like a kick ass, like a diva. She's just like amazing. And my favorite was always Maria Torres. I've seen many people throughout the years, but she's just an upper.
She was a major inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
And that's good.
A beautiful dancer. And I see her do everything. Cha-cha-cha. I see her do, like rumba. I see her do some beautiful with Angel. Oh my God, amazing. I seen her perform with Kenny also.
Right.
And just beautiful. She's just awesome.
So when dancing, do the lines blur between salsa and Latin hustle when you dance? Or even at one time, it doesn't have to happen now, but at one time, did the lines blur to you, between salsa and Latin hustle?
No. I go from one thing to the next. No problem,
Yeah.
I just get right in there. A long time ago, I used to go to dance floor when it was in 60th Fifth Street on Broadway. I used to go there, and of course, I learned the Latin hustle, the way we dance and speed and everything, and I tend to try to move my hips. And
not kind of. You move your hips. Yeah. Yes.
So she was for me and said to me, what kind of hustle is that? She tells me. And I said, excuse me, what do you need? What kind of hustle is this? The one and only,
Right.
No, this is the Latin hustle. And she starts saying, I said, this is why I learned to love a little kid. This is how I learned the dance. She says, oh no, you moving the hips too much. You shouldn't move the hips so much.
Right.
And I looked at her and I said, what are you talking about? Hustle comes from salsa.
Right.
It's a hip thing. What are you talking about?
Right. Wow. When was this? When did this occur around?
Oh, this happened in like 1987.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And I was like, some people would say, it's like, moving your hips so much. And I just, you know what? I can't help it. It's in me, and that's what it is.
And it shouldn't be helped. Yeah, it shouldn't be helped. It comes naturally to you, especially because you had both of those dances occurring at the same time.
Right.
And you come from the culture of salsa as well.
Yes.
So yeah, hips is part of that's part of the package. It's a package deal.
Right, right. That's the music. So when I hear certain, songs and stuff like that, it just brings me back to when I was little and dancing with my uncle and practicing with my uncle and stuff like that. And it's funny, just a little story. My both uncles, we used to have a lot of parties in my house. That's another thing we used to do. When Mama used to throw the best parties, I mean, yeah, the music outside. She used to take all the furniture out of the living room and her bedroom. And it was one big, but a big studio.
Right.
And we used to dance hustle. We used to play hustle, and we used to play everything. And my uncles, they would invite all their friends from college, from high school, and everything. So I used to say to my uncles, okay, we dance the next one. My uncle used to say, okay, the next one, but you go and dance with the girls. You go and dance with me. So, I got frustrated with all uncles. So I said, what? I'm going to learn my lead. So I started learning how to lead the hustle at
Um,
9 years old. I got jealous because my uncles would dance with me. So I learned how to lead, and I learned how to lead hustle because of that. And little did I know I was going to become a dancer later on. And that's how come I feel so comfortable with
wow,
that role. That's how that happened.
that's a good story, and that says a lot. That explains a lot to me. And it's so funny. It's so funny that you bring that up now because I only recently, know about you teaching since coming back to hustle, and now I know how that happened.
That
Wow, and so that happened kind of organically. You just kind of reversed the role for yourself. No one
no.
showed you that.
No one showed me that. My uncle didn't sit there and say, okay, this is how the man dances. This is his footsteps. And my uncle
Wow.
was transero. He had taught me, and he was the one who showed me at the job of my global belts. He had teach you how the guy's role is. I don't even know how. I just picked it up. And I started using my cousins, my friends, the young kids in the neighborhood.
Right.
I would just see them, my cousins and my friends because, they wouldn't dance with me. But,
But yeah, the thing I like about the way you lead though is that you lead like a leader. Like you don't lead like a follower who is leading. That's a great distinction because when you get out there, you look like what the man's role would be, the leader's role, as opposed to a woman who's all feminine trying to
That's
do the masculine,
right.
role. So,
Yeah.
and that's very interesting that you got that so organically. How old were you then?
Oh my God. So yeah, I mean, I've been dancing, leading since I was a young girl. I might have been like 9 years old because we used to have these parties. My mother always had big parties, my birthday, my birthday, whatever, anything, just to have a big party. Anything
Right.
just to celebrate. Leading at a very young age. That's what she is.
Wow.
Very young age. I'm leading my cousins, Severa, how to dance also, and I lead them how to do also.
That's
And
incredible.
And that's how I didn't know that I would be, teaching salsa and also singing because that's why it prepared me for what
It
was
did,
coming.
it did. And you were well suited for it, especially with the way you approached it because you just wanted to dance is what it is.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I
Do you
just
have
wanted to dance. And they,
yeah,
how they are. They're teenagers, they want to go out and have fun with the girls, but they have their girlfriends there, they don't want to dance with their little niece.
right, exactly. And do you have siblings? Are you only child or
So I have a half brother, yes, I have a half brother,
okay.
10 years older than I.
Oh, I see. But he didn't get
Yeah.
into dance.
My brother used to dance. Like he never, he has like no like the rhythm. He just didn't get it. Like he wasn't like my uncle Harry, which is the
Right.
one who taught me Muslim, and he didn't get into the salsa the right way like my uncle Carlos. Like he was at Saseo, a house. He
Wow.
was on call. He used to do cha cha cha. So I learned all that from him, and
Mm.
then I learned the
Mm.
hustle from my other uncle. And my uncle that dances hustle cannot dance salsa. He doesn't know how to do what I do. He doesn't.
Wow.
He dances salsa like a hustle.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Always.
That's
Yeah, I know. He can't do that. I don't know.
yeah, that's weird, right? Wow.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
back in the 90s, right, there were many salsa dance troupes, and many of the dancers would perform in a lot of them, like they would be switching around, like not any one dancer was really only in one dance troupe. I feel like you did that. No? Yes?
Yeah.
So
Dance with other people, like
yes,
a
yeah, in other
skill.
dance companies, right?
Oh, okay. So I used to teach, and I was my own. I didn't want to be with a particular company. I wanted to be individual. So
Okay.
if they don't gig and they needed a dancer, I would join. So that's
Ah,
I
I
did that.
see. And so
A
you would
freelance dancer,
yeah,
that's
you
it.
were freelance, right?
Young man.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were a free agent, right?
I was. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
see.
I even performed with the Sparta Latina, like the
Okay.
Nelson. Yeah, I
Yeah, well,
performed.
that's so from what you tell me, that's how we met, right?
Right? Yeah, and yeah. I actually met you in LA, like
Right.
in
Like the
1998,
seven. Yeah, 97,
97,
90.
was it?
Yeah,
97.
97,
Okay.
98, around there. Yeah. That's when I
Yeah.
first met Nelson with the
Yeah.
Descarga Latina.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
funny too because I didn't even know what a crossbody lead was until then.
Oh,
That's how I learned it. I'm
okay.
serious. Yeah. But I didn't know that because that was a real happy time. And when you guys came out there, and it was
Yeah.
good because they didn't know anything about dancing on two. So
No, of course.
I had
Oh,
work.
sweet.
So when you guys left, I still have work to do. You
I
know,
can imagine.
yeah,
It,
which I
and
did.
Christmas, yeah, the style. They were very flamboyant. I mean,
Yeah,
they did
yeah, and
fiesta, six,
exactly.
all kinds of things. But it wasn't a social dance, So
Yeah,
for that,
for
was,
them and on
yeah,
one and yeah,
the performance, for
yeah.
them.
That's how I
But
became the Mambo fellow. It was there.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
yeah. So that was yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Mike Bello, the Mambo fella. It started in LA
The
because of
number
that.
photos.
Yeah, because
That's a
I don't
good
know if
name.
you remember. I don't know if you were online at the time or whatever, but they had that Salsa Web, the online.
Manny's very
Manny was but no, he was part
Edie,
of the. He was
Edie.
Edie, right? Edie the Salsa Freak, right, right.
Yeah.
So I was doing something else with them, and I was like, okay, on the chat boards, I was like moderating for dancing on two, the clave and all that stuff, So what other dance companies did you dance with? Because you would just drop in, learn the choreo, go out there, perform, and that's how it would happen?
Yeah, so I did have a performances, hustle performance with a couple of guys, private stuff, like private party.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
yes,
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 I
but
see.
I didn't want to really compete. You know what I mean? I'm not a competitive kind of a person, but I
I
did do
see.
a contest. I did the mobile marathon. I don't know if you know about that.
No, I don't. When did that happen?
That happened in 1999.
Okay.
So I entered a mobile contest at the Copa Cabana,
At the
and
Copa, okay.
yeah, I danced for 37 hours.
Wow. I can believe you dancing for 37 hours. I can believe you dancing for yes. I don't think
I
I could dance that long. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I
Even
asked him
then.
to okay, yeah, I won $5,000. We won $5,000.
Oh, good for you. Wow. $5,000. Who put up the money? That wasn't Copa, right?
So it was Paramount Pictures.
Oh, why? What was going on?
So they were doing promoting a movie. Scrubber, remember the movie Scrubber?
Yeah, that was old. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
the
was
redone with Will
they
the
had like
comedian act.
a humble scene
I
there.
see. Yeah.
So that's why they wanted to do like a salsa whole event,
Right,
and
right.
little did they know that I was going to enter. And there was so many famous people entering that contest. All of Eddie Torres's, students and a lot of people that are in the dance world joined that contest. And little by little, they started dropping like flies.
Wow,
We
that's
started on
amazing.
Wednesday morning, like at 5:30, 6 a.m. And
Uh-huh.
we ended on Friday at 7-ish. Yeah.
Wow.
The Copa was opening for business, and all the people were walking in, all dressed so nice. And I was like, my hair was like up there.
You were a
I was
mess.
like, I think I might have lost like 10 pounds a day.
Wow.
Like, wow, it was wild.
Wow, that's
And
crazy. Are there any pictures or videos of that? I mean,
I actually have a picture of every took when we won. They gave us a big check. Yeah, it was a big check. And
oh,
actually, there was another couple that they wanted us to split the $5,000, right? So we signed a contract to win $5,000 a couple, right? So
right.
it was like about, I don't know, it was in the morning, like a Friday morning, and they asked us every hour. They gave us 10 minutes to go to the bathroom and freshen up and have. They took our vitals. They gave us water, coffee, whatever, and we had to get back to the dance floor immediately. So they only gave us 10 minutes.
Wow.
So yeah, so then they decided that they asked us, so would you guys like to get the $5,000? We'll give you it was because there was a couple there. And I looked at my partner and he looked at me and I said, listen, I got a second ready. I'm good. I think you go. And he
I want
said,
that 5,000. Right. Yes.
so, and then the other couple they were ready to give in. They didn't want to give. I said, no, keep doing good. They said, all right, we'll do it. We'll keep going.
Right, right.
So
Who
we
was your
can
partner?
go.
Who was your
Huh?
partner? Who was your
So
partner?
everyone, Carlos Conant.
Yes, I never knew that. So you and Carlos, wow. Okay, I could imagine him, and you guys are about the same height.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was just,
With his heels on.
yeah, I know, I know. Yes. Yeah, and the music was so
Wow.
good at the Provo. It was so good.
Wow.
And he was dancing, we were spinning and everything. We were like unbelievable. There were a couple of people that were cheating. They were really fancy. But then, I told the judges, listen, you need to step it up, because we're really dancing, some people are really not. So
Right, right.
they
There,
stepped it up. And,
there must,
after I started dancing, then as well. And then they started jogging.
they had
Some more so.
there
Yeah.
must have been several DJs for that too, right? I mean,
I think so. Yes.
right? Because 37 hours. Whew. Just
37.
thinking about it is making me tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was also a caller of Bistro Latino. I don't know if you ever heard of Bistro Latino.
Bistro
In
Latino. Sounds familiar, but
the Iguana Club.
oh, the iguana.
Yeah,
You said
across the street from the
oh
Iguana Club.
across. Oh no, Bistro Latino. Oh, Bistro Latino.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like
54 in
54th
Roseland.
Street. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So
So
you used to promote that?
yes, there was a promoter at one point as
Oh,
well.
who
I
was the
used to,
DJ there?
okay, so there, did you have Ron Devins?
Yeah, yes.
Ron was a DJ. We were both the promoters, and
Oh,
I was a dance teacher. So I used to do the lessons, a free lesson for everyone at 7 o'clock. So that's how he started that free lesson thing in 1997. It's
right.
February
That
8th, like that.
wow.
Yeah.
That free
And
format.
it was great. It was great. We had a lot of performers there. Nelly performed there with Kenny.
Oh, hustle? Well, wait a minute. So so with the bistro, that was salsa or hustle or both?
That was salsa. That was
Okay.
salsa. But we had a lot of performances, and if it would be a night for salsa, we would have a performance of salsa
Mhm.
or performance, but it was mostly salsa.
I see. Right.
Yeah.
And Rama Guggins, he's a good mambo dancer, you know.
Yes, he is. Right.
Yeah, yes, he is. I
Yes.
mean, he came out to LA after you people did. He came with Jimmy Anton.
Yeah, I was there.
Oh my God, don't tell me that.
Yeah. Yes, I was there. Yeah.
So wait a minute, so you weren't there with Nelson?
Bro, Nelson came like right after us. He left, and then Nelson came to.
Oh, I got my things backwards.
Yeah.
So you were with Jimmy, not with Nelson.
Nelson, with Jimmy,
Right.
and it was a group of us. The night of like 10 of us.
Yes, yeah, there were a lot of. I have a cool story. I'm not gonna waste the time here to tell that story. But one day when we get together, I'm gonna tell you a really funny story with Jimmy and I, of that day. But
Okay.
that was a great time when you guys came out because what that did, even though it's not hustle, it still was a validation of Dancing on Two when you guys came out. Because again, this was very early in the mambo in LA, and you guys helped to make awareness. I was talking about it all the time, just like I'm talking about hustle now all the time. I was talking about Dancing on Two and the clave all the time. So when you guys came out there, it was refreshing for me. And I'm saying, you see what I'm saying? Like I'm not lying about it. You see it. It's
Right.
and you guys, of course, bring the flavor because you brought the whole what mambo's about. So that was good.
Yeah, it was.
But
It was a lot of fun going to LA.
that was a good time. And that particular club too, I think it was called Glam, in downtown LA. That it used to be owned by Prince. And yeah. So it was a big place, and that was the first time I was there. But it was nice to have seen all you and all that. So we mentioned earlier, right? You're a firecracker on the dance floor. Is your life also full of fire, or is it only when you dance?
So I said, do you know what I do?
Actually, I don't think I do know what you do.
Already?
No, I don't
Okay.
think.
So I'll review. So a lot of people don't know, but some people do know.
Uh-huh.
So I am an operating engineer, which means
You
that
told me that. Yes. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah.
so I operate heavy machinery.
Right. Right.
So
Right. Now I remember. And I was like, what? And you've been doing that for a while.
22 years.
Yeah. You can never tell. Oh my goodness. So you got fire in that? You know.
So I actually, I have very good coordination. So I happen to be really good at what I do. I run these heavy machines and I'm very coordinated. And I think it's because of the dancing. Honestly, you
Mm-hmm.
know, able to run these machines, the way
Right.
they operate, the way
Right.
you have
Right.
the way we constantly have to think backwards and forwards.
And spontaneously too, right? I mean, you got to do this at the, spur of the moment.
Working. Yeah,
Right.
you're
Yeah.
working fast, and it's
Like
happening.
like what's one of the machines? Tell us one of the machines that you
Right
use.
now, I'm on excavators. I'm on excavators.
Really, the thing that goes in there and eats up the ground and
So it's a machine that goes around 360, and
okay.
it lifts heavy material. I lift
Right.
heavy stuff, all day. I'm digging, I'm backfilling,
Wow.
trenches.
Wow.
I'm on JFK right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Constructing. Yeah, it is.
Wow. Wow. So what's one of the bigger jobs that you did? Like something that would be, is there anything like famous that you've done that you were part of?
Okay, so one of the World Trade was a big experience because that was the highest I've ever been. So World Trade was amazing, to be.
Wow. Right.
Yes, that was great to work at the World Trade, building it, the construction, and it was a big experience. The views were amazing, and yeah, that was good. And also, I went to the Upper Ridge. That was a great experience. Also, I mean, let me tell you, I had great experiences. I work on barges, and frames,
Mm-hmm.
water. So a little bit, I've worked on, lifting kind of stuff on a barge,
Mm-hmm.
uh, on a frame that's lifting. They're always got an overhead frame, and I'm just lifting kind of stuff, manually and stuff.
Wow. Who would have thought? Who would have thought Miss Firecracker was doing heavy machinery work? But the firecracker not using explosives or anything like that. So that was right.
Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah.
don't. I don't talk about my personal life to the guys.
Right.
They don't know I love music, I dance, no, I nothing.
Right, right.
I don't talk anything about that kind of stuff.
But that kind of work is a little isolating, isn't it? Like if you're in the excavating machine and stuff like that, you're basically solo. It's not like you're working with people. The people that you work with are outside of the machine, right?
Right, so I'm inside a machine. Yes, I'm inside the machine. Right now, the machine that I'm on is an open casket. So it's open, so I get to, relate to the guys and stuff like that.
I see.
But for the most part, yeah, I'm inside the machine. But I don't just keep my doors open and windows open so that they can communicate with me. We do
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
communicate with hand signals.
I
That's
see. I see.
that's
Right. But that's job wise. It's not like, hey, so I went out the other night and no.
Well, I know. No, I'm
Right.
isolated. Really, I
Right.
spend time by myself.
Wow.
Actually, I like it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like being alone. Yeah.
In that regard, but not when you're out here socially, because you're
Socially,
social.
yeah, I compartmentalize my life.
Yeah, yeah.
Socialize. I'm good with it. I'm still out there. I'm enjoying it. Well, I'm enjoying it with people. I love seeing everyone. And the work, I truly enjoy the silence. I like to be in my thoughts. I just like to focus, on what I'm doing and stuff. 'Cause it's a serious job, it's
No,
dangerous.
yeah, it's dangerous. Yeah, but you have when you're out and about, you run with a crew. It's not like you come solo, right? I mean, it's, hey, I'm going, and I'm imagining, hey, I'm going here, and then, oh yeah, I'm coming. You know, Inez,
Right.
and yeah, all your girls and the other people that come.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have my girls and guys too.
right.
So hey, well, I'm gonna go over here. You wanna come? They're like, all right, let's go, come on, let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll meet you. Let's go.
yes, and they all party. They all dance. They all
They all dance and have a good time.
yeah. They're
Oh,
all good dancers too. You know.
yes. And they just like to have a good time, no drama. That's what it's about,
Yeah, that's how you are. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
but
all.
what I haven't seen you in a lot of the out of town, like the weekender events. I mean, I've seen you maybe one or two, but you don't. Is it because of work?
No, I used to go to the events years ago in 2000 to
Right.
Miami. And then, I went a couple of times. I got a little bored with it. Sometimes I realized the trickiness was annoying sometimes. And,
Hmm.
as people act a little different in Miami and, in New York, they're one way and Miami, they're another way. So
Yeah.
I stopped. Oh, I heard that. I didn't go for a long time. And then I started going again.
Well, you were in
So,
Miami. You went in August, so like,
yeah, I went in August. But
yeah.
then before that, I also went a couple of times. I
Hmm.
don't go every year. I don't do the
I
every
see.
year thing. Yeah.
Right.
I always have a gap. I
Hmm.
may go 1 year, I might not put the next year, or maybe the next 2 years, but I've gone to Distal America a couple of times and stuff like
Right.
that.
Right.
But I enjoyed Miami more than anything because of the beach.
Oh, I see. Okay, I could
Yeah,
see that.
Fajardo had that side here. He had
Right.
it.
Right.
It was fantastic, so it's enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But,
The reason why I bring this up is because, there are a lot of younger people coming into, as you know, this is the largest resurgence of the hustle since the inception of the dance, right?
yes,
And a lot of young people are starting to come out to these events,
yes,
and they need to be around you.
yes.
I'm telling you, they need to be around people like you.
Oh,
So
thank
like
you.
LA, Miami was great, right? And
Yeah,
this year Miami is going to be just as great. And the same thing with LA. LA was great. The first time I went was the year before last. Last year it was even better. A lot of young people, and there weren't any of them that were less than good,
yeah,
and there
yeah.
were a lot of them that were like great. And they need to be experienced folks like you who have this natural organic ability to show off their Latin hustle.
Man,
So I'm just putting a bug in your ear. James, I know you're watching when this comes on.
yeah.
You and Iris need to come out to LA and stuff. Anyway.
I'll try. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say I'm never gonna do it. I may
Yeah.
do it one day, but sometimes it's work. I just want to work, and I just don't want to take too much time off and stuff like
Sure.
that. Um,
Sure. No, I
so
understand.
it's hard too. I used to go out every Monday night dancing to a dance floor, and I don't
Right.
have the energy to do that. I went out at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
You know,
that's crazy.
yeah, I can't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So
no, that's
yes,
crazy. No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
yeah. So I can't do that. I can't do like go out other weekdays like that like I used
Yeah.
to.
Hey, if someone were to ask you how they can make a difference regarding hustle, what would you say to them and why?
I think that to make a difference, I think that they should learn, from the older generation. They should integrate, learn what they do and how they came about. Kind of like learn the history a little bit, and then they can appreciate it. And I love the fact that they're doing it. The dumb ones are doing it. It's good for them to know the history. Where does it
Right.
come from? All the people, the trailblazers, that
Right.
came. Eddie, Nelly, Sandra. It's good for them to know people because they're the ones who brought it out on TV. I think that's a good thing that the younger generation should learn also from the older ones, so they can pass it on. They can grow because we're gonna get old at some point.
Well, yeah, let's
Huh?
face it, like right now, we're an aging community, right?
Yeah,
Because a lot of us were there from the beginning, and, we're talking 50 plus years. And fortunately, there are a lot of us that are still kind of fit, can hang, can do stuff. I think when you
Yeah.
compare the hustle community to the normal community of elders, we have a lot less health issues, and we have, in general, we have more fitness level.
Yeah.
But just like anything, if we don't have the influx of newer people, not just newer people that are older, but newer people that are younger, right?
Yoga.
Because we have all kinds of new people, right? We
Yeah.
even have people that come in, never danced before, they're 50, 60, 70 years old, and they're getting into hustle, and they're making it, part of their life. But it's just like, you remember the bossa nova,
Yeah.
right? That died. It
Yeah.
died, right? One,
Yeah.
because there was no music for it, and people stopped attending events and things like that, and dancing to that genre of music, and we can't really let that happen for this
Right.
genre. So
Right.
the young people do it. It makes a difference to on both sides of the fence, right? To get young people in, but also to treat them with respect and with good information, give them
Yes.
solid information about the dance, the culture, how we live, how we love each other in the dance and all that. One thing that I like most about this particular genre is that, and you could probably attest to this as well, there is drama in hustle, don't get me wrong, but there's a whole lot less drama than there is in salsa, right? Salsa's got a
There
lot of
is
drama.
comments in hustle,
Right.
but I just stay out of it.
Right.
The less I know, the better off I am. Yeah,
Yes.
get involved, and also in salsa too. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I don't get involved, with stuff. It's that's not why I go out dancing. I go out dancing because it brings me so much joy. It gives me so much pleasure. And I need to, be stressed sometimes, and I need to release the stresses of life. The last thing I need is dwell,
Right.
the problems.
Yeah. That makes sense
I
too.
don't go to anybody or easy like that. I don't like to be rude. Sometimes people come up to me and they say things about other people, and I just like, I don't even want to say anything because, I just don't want to engage that sort of negativity,
Right. Keep yourself free from that. Yeah, that makes sense. As a full-fledged Latin hustle dancer that does both lead and follow roles, what would be your number one advice for each?
For each.
Yes, for each role, for lead and follow. Number one advice, or more than one. It's up to you.
Goodness, advice. Well, there's people that tell me, "Oh, I want to teach. I want to learn how to teach." I feel that you need to learn the foundation. You need to learn
Right.
follow, necessity,
Right.
have to precise follow. When you follow, you should know precisely how to follow, and if you want to, be a teacher or whatever, you have to. I don't know. I mean, I think just enjoy it. Enjoy the music. Get into the music. I think that it's good to dance with a purpose, to just get comfortable and to feel the music and to enjoy it, and just enjoy it.
Are there things that you might have seen in each role? Like things that could use some attention, either as a follower or as a lead? Have you noticed that? Something that you could, let the audience know, hey, these are things that you could pay attention to, besides having a good time, and sticking with it.
Yeah, I'm very adjustable. I'm a very adjustable person. Like, I can do anything. But, sometimes guys are a little rough, they're a little rough and stuff like that, just to be sensitive to the females, and just to not get try to do, too much.
Right.
Trying to be too much. Just be sensitive and not hold to keep up with everything, that they want to do. And the publish the dance floor, I don't know. I just feel that as a leader, you want to make the follower feel good. You want to, you want the person to feel like you're enjoying that each other, and to engage with the person, smile with each other. Just try to connect with your partner, and don't try to force things that maybe she can't do, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
dancing with.
Right.
That's a person you're dancing with by not overdoing it. And just that kind of thing.
Yeah, I was in a class with Billy Fajardo last year when he, because last year he was doing, and I think he's going to be doing some more of that this year here, coming back to New York to teach workshops with Atoy. And so one of the times, it was around this time last year, and so I go to his classes, and so he went to do the follow thing. He says, "Okay, Mike, lead me." And so I went to lead him. He says, "Mike, you're so rough." And I was like, I didn't think so. But then I understood what he was talking about. And I tried to pay more attention to the lead. And I also take Nelson Flores' classes.
Yeah.
And so last night, especially, he was like telling everybody, all the leaders, okay, every count, he was saying, light, and 1, 2, 3, light, and what, right? For the leaders, right? And which makes a lot of sense because typically, especially in his classes, because most of the follows, they're very familiar with the movements. So basically the class partly becomes choreo, right? And so the choreo, right? So if you do the movement right, then the follow for the leader. If the leader does the movement right, the follow is going to follow correctly. If you do it wrong, then they're gonna follow whatever you did wrong, right? That's the role, right? So yeah, I know that, especially in the past year, because I'm really focusing on my hustle. I like to be able to be as light as possible, and I know that for the leads, sometimes being that might contribute to the roughness. Maybe they feel like, oh yeah, I got to put them there. I got to make them go here, and I got to make them go there, which sometimes winds up for the women to become more heavy, right?
Yes.
Because they're trying to over-connect because the man is over-connected. It's a weird dynamic, right?
Yeah, and sometimes women are cooling down,
Right, yes.
I don't understand that. And when I teach my practice and it's very hard to teach like a Noma and stuff like that. It's so loud. You can't really connect to your students. But when I have as just my private stuff, yes, that's very important. The connection in the fingers, the releasing and the tension, the way it just with the finger, you can get her to just give to do an app step, just with your fingers, you don't have to shove this little tugging. And even like in the crossbody, sometimes I already can tell, by the crossbody that it's going to be a good dance, or maybe like,
right.
It may be rough. By the crossbody, the N1, they use all of this, to pull. When you don't need to do that, there's no need for that, it's just right here, the connection that happens right here, so it should go together. N1 together, not N1 fully, so yeah, this foundation, those are little things that they just fasting just come together, if you do it properly. So that's why so many people, that's a hustle. I used to do it by myself, but sometimes they do the old stuff. Remember the back step, when I was there, but we also did that too,
Right.
Or chain, right? Right. So that's that video. So when I deal with airflow, now I know you work in the benefit that you do. Yes. So everyone should take lessons if they should. If they've never asked before, they know a little bit. You need to take lessons. You need to learn how to spin. It's all spinning your muscle. Yeah, it is awesome, Yeah,
right.
To know how to travel spinning and not how to spot and where to spot.
Yeah, those are important movements. And it's funny too, because I was watching a video today of this couple. And of course, they were just learning it. So this is not a dig or a negative criticism, but an observation of doing like the spins, and it's spinning the woman over and over and over and over, and maybe 8 or 9 spins, right, on one foot. And the guy was doing it kind of rough and not controlled, and the girl was not spotting at all. So her head is fixed on her body going around. And of course, when she was done, she was kind of like, you know.
Oh no.
So that's a good clue to realize and figure out that, okay, you need instruction for that. Like,
Yes.
I mean, you have to be a special person to learn how to do that on your own and do it
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good to go and search for someone who can give you the proper technique. So one, it
Right.
comes out right. There's safety involved and things of that nature. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. The placing of your feet are very important.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to try to be as precise as possible with my feet. The way I place my feet, I do it in a very tactical way. The way I place my feet, I just don't go to a turn and just go aimlessly. I know
Right.
exactly
Right.
how I want to place my feet as I'm spinning. There's a
Mm-hmm.
certain way you have to do it.
Right.
Correct. That's just years of training or teaching. I have a lot of students that are, you have my student next on Liz, right?
Oh yeah, I love them. Yeah.
They feel
Yeah.
they were my students in fact since 1996.
Oh really? Oh good. Yeah, yeah.
They were my students for many years. I taught them salsa, Russell.
Yeah.
And
I dance for her. She dances on two pretty well too. Yeah, I have
yes,
fun, and they're both beautiful people. I love them both.
yeah,
Yeah.
their turns and everything. I taught them all that, the
Mm.
technique. She's a beautiful spinner. You have to take time to really learn that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I always say you gotta do it 100 times. Get it right.
At least.
You gotta do that.
Yeah, at least.
Times.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Well, we're at that point in time right now, Iris, where
Yes.
I asked that one question, that burning question, because that's kind of like my, I don't know, I've taken it upon myself to jump into the hustle arena to not only help promote globally the
Yeah.
dance and to help grow the community. That's why I do the things that I do with the postings and shooting the videos, which I love doing and all that, but also to help educate. And the education really isn't coming from me. I'm not really the educator. I'm more like a facilitator by speaking with people like yourself, where one, we get to know you a little bit more. Even those people that never met you or seen you, they might have seen you in the videos and they go, "Oh, who's that woman? Who is she?
Yeah.
She's fire, right?" So one of the things that I ensure that I am passing along is Latin hustle, right? So my question to you is, what is Latin hustle? What is it to you? Is it technique? Is it culture? Is it, or all those things? Tell us and take your time. Just tell us what you feel about it and what it is to you.
To me, it's culture. To me, it is the music with the certain rhythms, the device of price. You get a good salsa. They play really good hustle, and then you hear the device, or you hear the ondas, and you're feeling it, and that's the Latin hustle. That to me, yeah, the culture, the music, I don't know, it's just a whole.
Yeah. What's the approach for you when you approach the dance? How do you approach it physically? What is it? What is it like when you get into the dance?
Dancing to me is so comfortable that I can even close my eyes. If I'm dancing with somebody that's really really good, I can literally just close my eyes and dance and follow.
Right.
I mean, so easy to me. It's no, I adjust to like anybody. I mean, so
Right.
I was born, my mother was a dancer when she was pregnant for me, and yeah, she was in the Palladium dancing with a big belly,
Oh, really?
and my dad, my parents were dancers, they loved to dance. And it was just embedded, the music, the culture, where I've come from, salsa, disco, all that. It's just, and it's the most comfortable place for me, for the dance hall.
Wow, that's awesome. It sounds like it's very uplifting for you.
For me, really does. The reminiscence and makes me so happy, and to teach makes me so happy. I mean, I used to perform, but it's not like teaching. To me, it's more gratifying, to do that, to give it
Right.
away. Like my count, whatever I have, whatever someone says, well, I want to do this head roll that you do. How do you do it? I break it down, and I
Right.
how to do it. How do you move your body? I'll break it down, teach them how to stubborn,
Mm-hmm.
That brings you a pleasure. So give it away. And there's people that come out, out in the clubs and they'll come to me and they'll say, Iris, how do you do your arms this way? How do you work your arms? And I have no problem taking this aside and just give them a little.
Right. I've seen you do that. Yes.
No problem.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
credit when they're
Right.
out.
Right. Yeah. I got that from Iris.
Credit.
Oh. So listen, anything you want to add before we say, arrivederci to this episode? Anything you want to add? Anything, any thoughts? Anything coming up for you?
Coming up, let's see. Well, I'll be teaching at Nyack Hotel, which I'm enjoying.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it's a really nice place. And I do a workshop there, and it's at 4 o'clock, 1 hour. And it's nice because I have a separate room, so it's easy to connect with my students.
Right.
Yeah. I used to have group classes before 2020. I used to have my group classes, but we stopped. I never went back to it,
Oh, right.
At those classes. But, this is really nice at the Maya Hotel, and we have no one coming up soon. He would start. And other than that, I'm just enjoying life and just enjoy the moments. Because, I can't believe that I'm still able to spin the way I do and to do what I do at this time, this age stuck it up. And
oh, come on. Yeah. Age has nothing to do with it. Because you keep yourself happening, and then you make the heavy equipment dance too.
Yeah,
so
that's right. Yeah. All I have to say is, for people who dance, just dance, enjoy it, stay away from the drama. Don't talk about other people and the way they dance and all that stuff,
Yeah.
Get into that kind of stuff and criticize and all that stuff. And, it's not good, just enjoy.
It's not good.
And people, think that's the way they do, there's a reason why, and, that's the best they can do. But that doesn't matter. The point is they're out there, they're doing it.
Yeah.
They're out there doing it, which is amazing, A lot of us are a lot older and they're out there doing it. So they are my inspiration too.
Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, no, that's really good.
Well, people say, I want to see my inspiration. I want to grow up to be like you. And I said, no, I want to grow up to be like you. Because I know that older than I am, I want to be like you. I want to be still doing what I'm doing. Like you are. So
Right.
I see it.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, with that being said, this was fun. I'm glad I finally somebody had. I was going to do this because I have a long list of people for the for the podcast, and someone, who was it that suggested you? Even though I would have come around to you anyway.
Oh yeah.
But somebody. Oh, I can't remember. When I do, I'll let you know. So, are you going to have Iris? Oh, I think it was James. James.
Huh? Gay
No. Deborah K.
Yeah,
Debbie K's boyfriend. Yeah. I think it was him. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have her in mind, but I hadn't had you actually on the list because I have a list. Yeah, I keep adding to the list.
Yeah.
So thank you.
That Cassie tells all these stories. It's just I have so many stories, but it was like, oh wow, I can't believe a lot of things I was saying.
Yeah. So this was fun, and I'm glad that you were able to pick out some time that we could, do this. And the way it looks right now, I don't have any other interviews in the can. So this is going to come out next week. So yes, this is going to be fast.
Good.
Yeah.
My videos that I have.
Oh yes, please. Yes.
I have, some stuff that I'll send you. Just let social dancing was one of my favorites.
Yes.
That is,
Photos and videos will work. I'll use them as.
Oh yeah, photo of you that Mohawk. Yeah.
Yes, I want to see that one especially. I want to see that one of you because I can't even believe it. I'm trying to imagine it in my head. Iris with a mohawk and then with your curly hair. Come on. No, you spiked it though, right?
When my hair changed, I had my son. I had my my last, and my hair got curly.
You mean your hair was straight before that?
My hair was straight. Yeah, my hair had a wave.
Wow.
A wave.
Oh, okay. So your hair was wavy.
But not like this. Give me
Yeah, your
second.
hair's very curly now.
Yeah, my hair is very curly, and
Wow.
I gave birth to my son, my last son.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
And I
amazing.
always loved girls, so I'm happy that
You mean like, thank you.
thank you for giving me girls.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so
thank you. I want to
oh,
thank
you know,
you for having me and for Vicky on me. I appreciate it.
yes, it's my pleasure, and I love being around you and James, and and the crew, and it's a wonderful community. I'm having look. I tell a lot of people, especially when they ask, "Oh, how you doing?" and the usual saying is, "Oh, I'm okay," or "I'm not okay," whatever. I'm like, I'm living my best life.
Absolutely.
I'm living my best life. I'm loving what I'm doing. There's a lot of stuff, and Latin Hustle is back. Hustle in general is back, and we're doing things collectively. I'm not the only person. There are a lot of people who are doing stuff to make this such an enjoyable dance for more people. And every year we're getting more events and more classes and more things to do. And so this is my contribution. So thank you for helping me with that.
Thank you for spreading it, and put this world, and
yes.
As instructors, as dance teachers, just spread it to other people, and
right.
Of ourselves to our students.
So on that note, we're gonna say aloha, goodbye. Say goodbye, Iris. So take care. All right. Hey, Mike Bello here in the M123 studio with the Let's Talk Hustle podcast. I want to give a quick shout out to New Circle Films, who were so gracious to sponsor me with product, especially this particular boom arm for the microphone, as well as some lighting. So yeah, it's really helped to give a greater look to the podcast. So thank you, New Circle Films. And of course, the other shout out, tongue in cheek to M123, because the podcast is residing in the M123 channel. So that's it, folks. See you in the next video.